Yo, 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 what's up, yo? It's your boy. As you can see, I got up, I prayed, I meditated. I have not yet made my way to put on my face and everything. So, yes, if you're wondering, there is still morning breath. But I got to deal with this because it involved my Falcons. In particular, it involved a case allegedly of abuse um, between Miss Jackson and Mr. Pierce Jr. Um, I'm sure everybody have heard the story. I don't know how far this abuse go back, but allegedly, um, there's some things that James Pierce Jr. did that caused him to get arrested. That was involved with the abuse of Miss Jackson. Miss Jackson, I would say my prayers go out to you. Um, I'm like any other man that was raised in a proper manner. Abuse is not tolerated at all. I don't care if it's verbal. I don't care if it's physical. I don't care if it's financial. No abuse to me is allowed. Right. Um, I'm very sad by this. I am grateful no one lost their life. From what I hear, there was a crash of the car, a crash of his car into her car. Um, Again, this just made the news, but I can promise you the abuse has been going on for a while. And let's get into the real story. The real story of it is that um, maybe that's the reason why they broke up back in 25. But James ain't just started doing this, right? And I'm just gonna have to give some real truth here. Abuse never started overnight. Now it may have been when he snapped to that degree, but there was some abuse that happened. Obviously, you go back to college, there was some character, personality issues. But the Falcons wanted to give him opportunity, and I am glad that they did for his sake and for the sake of the Falcons. I do not like what he done allegedly to Miss Jackson. I think she's a great WNBA player. She's a respected young lady. Um, have a great promising career, beautiful, and I don't know what prompted him to do that, but I want to say to you, Miss Jackson, that this is not okay. I will say go and get you some help. I will say get as far away from James as you can. Uh, I'm a big component of forgiveness and compassion, but do not put yourself in a position for this to happen again, particularly from James, if that's the case. That's all I'll say about you, Miss Jackson. Let me deal with James on another level. Bro, let me talk to you as if you was one of my nephews because you're young enough to be a nephew of mine. Now you 6'5", 245, give or take. I'm about 5'7" and some change. I wouldn't do you no different than I would do none of my nephews. Nose to nose, with probably nose to chest. But I would be in your grill if you did this to this girl. Now you would have to deal with me now, but I would be in your grill. Bro, let me tell you something. Do you realize that you could have just cooked your whole career? I don't know if you know the history of Roger Goodell and the NFL. They do not play about abuse. You could have literally cooked your career. because your lack of discipline, my boy. You need to get you some help professionally. Go talk to somebody, deal through them issues, because this not just started, James. This is stuff that's probably rooted deep. Bro, you had no business down in Florida. Stalking charges, running from the police. Brother, you're an NFL player. When you stepped over into the NFL, you should have been thinking mentally, and I know you got good guys around you. I know you do. But bro, this is a decision that you made. And this is not going to fare good with the NFL. You better pray that, first of all, you have a mind to want to get delivered from this particular demon or demons that's deep rooted on you, that's deep rooted in you, rather. And then you better pray that God gives somebody compassion in the league, that you can continue to support your family, go through the proper channels you need, and become a better man. Because I promise you, if Roger Goodell got anything to do with this case, boy, it's over with. It's over with. You can't blame the white man. You can't blame nothing. You would have to blame James Pierce Jr. I don't know what your circle of friends is like. I don't know what your homeboys is like, but I do know, for the fact of being on the Falcons, I definitely know you're around some group. You're around some good group of guys. Now, bro, I'll be honest with you. I don't know, NFL wise, do you bounce back from this? I pray as a man you can bounce back. I pray as an individual you can bounce back. I pray as a responsible adult you can bounce back. But bro, you literally probably threw your NFL career away, and probably somewhat of your life, your young life, because this is gonna be on your record for a long time. And if you know anything about the law when it deal with our kind, it's hard to get off that paperwork. Once you get on, whether it's criminal, whether it's child support, brother, this is unacceptable on all levels. And anybody that say that this is okay, anybody say that this was a mistake, that would not be true. Now, it may have been a mistake that you're going that far, but there's been something that's been rooted in there, James. I'm not here to criticize you, but I'm here to have a real conversation with you, bro. You'll probably never see my message. But, bro, go get you some help. You're going to have to obviously apologize to this lady, apologize to her family, apologize to your family, forgive yourself, and you're going to have to move on. Don't think about football right now, because you may not even have a football career. What you need to do is think about getting whatever on the inside of you out. And let me say this on a spiritual tip, bro. What the enemy usually do is wait till you get on a high place, or get in a high place, or get on a high platform. And what he does is he come and deal with you with the things that you didn't deal with in the basement. I saw this in street life, and I've seen this in the church life, or the church world. What you don't deal with on the basement, when you get to the attic and when the lights come on, is what he kill you with. Now, out of all the devil talk, God allowed it too. Matter of fact, he was the one that allowed it. And I take this as a sign, brother, to go get you some help. Forget your career right now. because you may not even have that. Go get some help and pray you can keep your career. Because I'm not trying to be funny, but you might be somewhere selling insurance or something after this. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I doubt the Falcons keep you. And they may be forced to cut you because of the NFL releasing you from your duties. But this is very, very saddening. Because we see it in the news, but I know, brother, it's a deeper issue than what we saw. Because you don't crash out that way unless there is a reason, or you don't crash out that way unless this is something that was in you that just so happened to come out. Now, again, Miss Jackson, I'm praying for you, praying for your family, praying for everybody that was involved. But James, bro, I'm praying for you too. But bro, let me tell you something. If I was in your circle, your money would mean nothing to me. I'd be in your tail, in your butt. And that ain't no homo. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I know this culture, you say certain words and they think you talking about some homosexual activity. I ain't talking about that at all. I'm talking about getting in your grill and having a man-to-man talk. And if it came to blows, it'll just have to come to blows. But as one that got nephew older than you and your age, bro, you out of pocket. And there ain't no tale that's worth that type of action. Do you know how many, granted I know your heart may be involved, but do you know how many women that you can blink your eye and get? And this ain't even that kind of conversation. It ain't even about the women you can get. It's about the fact of you crashing out over something that you can get when it comes to the physical part anyway. You can get that anywhere. But this is deeper than Miss Jackson. I'm not just trying to diminish her love and her affecting your life. I'm simply telling you what, when it come down to it, bro, probably what you crash out about is it wasn't that important. I don't care if it was money. I don't care if you saw with another dude. It is not that important, bro. My prayer is that you bounce back from this, whether you ever play football or not. Again, I pray for Miss Jackson that she heals and she can move forward with her career. But bro, you put yourself in a real hole. You see how dark my headboard is? You put yourself in something deeper than that. So bro, I pray, please get you some help. Don't worry about training camp and get your first trip when you get out of jail, if you're not already out, go find you a therapist or a counselor and get around some great men that's going to hold you accountable and hold you responsible. I ain't Uncle Shay Shay, but take it from Unc. Now, this ain't for everybody in the social media world. This really between me and you, although you may not see it, but it's between me and you. Boy, go get yourself together. Because if all of these allegations are true, boy, you out of pocket. Zero tolerance. I love your play on the field, but it ain't about that. Love the numbers, it ain't about that. Go get your inside right. We may can deal with some football stuff later. All right, that's all I got, man. I'm out of here. Peace, y'all. We'll talk a little later.